The Battle of the Paints.
One day, Thomas was getting painted when Daisy stopped at a signal. "Hello, Thomas," said Daisy. "What are you doing?" "I'm getting a new coat of blue paint," replied Thomas. "Blue's okay," said Daisy, "but green is better." "I disagree," said Thomas. The two kept arguing until Percy stopped at a signal. "What are you two fighting about?" asked Percy. "Daisy thinks that being painted green is better than being painted blue," explained Thomas. I think that Daisy's right, Thomas," said Percy. "Just look at my green paint. It looks pretty splendid, doesn't it?" "I guess, but I think it'd be better if you were painted blue," said Thomas. "Don't fall for it, Percy," Daisy said to Percy. "He's just trying to trick us." The signal changed, and the two went away. As soon as Thomas was finished being painted, he set off to find Gordon. "I'm sure he'll agree with me," he thought. Eventually, Thomas found Gordon, and he told him what Percy and Daisy had said. "Green, better than blue. Huh! We'll show them, Thomas." Just then, Percy puffed in. "Hey there, Percy," said Thomas. "How's your green coat of paint?" "It's way better than your blue paint," said Percy. Started arguing when Daisy came in to back up Percy. "You guys are just jealous because he's green," said Daisy. James was eavesdropping on the Four Engines argument. "Everyone knows that red is best," he said to himself, and he went to go find Salty. Salty was shunting at the docks when he heard the news. "They think that green and blue is better than red," he said. "Show me where they are, James." The Four Engines were still arguing when James and Salty showed up. "You guys are all wrong," they said. "Red is best." The Four Engines kept arguing until Sir Topham Hatt came to see what all the delay was. "I don't know what you're arguing about," he said, "but whatever it is, you guys need to get back to work." He then got back into his car and drove away. "Whoever does their work best has the best paint color," suggested Thomas. The engines all agreed and they went to work. Eventually, 3 engines had to drop out. Gordon tried pulling the express too fast and he burst his safety valve. Salty tried pulling too many trucks at once and broke down. And Daisy tried carrying too many passengers at once and blew a fuse. Thomas, Percy, and James were the only 3 engines left, and they were trying to go over a switch at the same time. "I'm going to get over first, Thomas," said Percy. "No, you're not," replied Thomas. "Thomas is right, Percy," said James. "I'm going to get over first." Then suddenly, disaster struck. The engines collided into a 3-way crash. When Sir Topham Hatt got there, he was not happy at all. "You have all caused confusion and delay," he said. Then he walked away furiously. After Sir Topham Hatt left, the 3 engines made up. "Truce," said Percy. "Truce," said James. "Truce," said Thomas. "This is all my fault," said Percy. "I should never agreed with Daisy." "No, it's my fault," said Thomas. "I shouldn't have taken it so seriously." "How about it's all our fault?" suggested James. "Okay," said Thomas. "Yeah, I can live with that," said Percy. So that's what they agreed on.